níbẹ̀ ń wò nílé lóko. Ẹ sì kú dédé àsìkò yìí. Hey guys, it's Aderonke again. Today I'm going to be sharing some pieces of information. This video type doesn't necessarily align with, how I often make my videos and teach Yorùbá language, and that's it for me. Maybe talk about a bit of history. This one is somewhat esoteric, and it came to me when I was making my video on the face. So I intentionally chose to add the word esoteric to my title, because you would expect that, you're not going to analyze whatever I say logically. It would make sense, but if you're trying to sort of analyze it and look at it using your brain only and not the other senses that you have, seen or unseen or undiscovered, then you're not going to get what I'm about to talk about. And you might have seen from the thumbnail what the answer of this would be. But when you look at the face, what member of nature is depicted on the face? When you look at it, and it is the tree. It is the tree. Now, how is it the tree? In Yorùbá, we call that nasal bridge or nasal bone area. We call it Igi-Imú. We call it Igi-Imú. So when I was recording for my video on the face, parts of the face. If you've not seen the video, you can. If you're trying to see, something detailed on what we call different parts, body parts that are on the face. Something just said Igi-Imú. Igi, traditionally, like in regular language, is tree. It's sort of a metaphor for that bony area. That's why we say tree, since the tree supports that nasal bridge or bone area, sort of supports the nostrils and on the grand scale, breathing and everything, and even our physical beauty. I wonder how we would look without that nasal bridge bone area. The face would be, it would be normal to us, either way, but it sort of had some kind of beauty to the face. So Igi-Imú, Igi is tree, Imú is nose, the tree of the nose. So I was told to look closely, and of course, when you look at the face, you can sort of make out a tree-like thing on the face. Again, this is esoteric. Though if you're thinking, oh, this is rubbish, because you're looking at things logically, you may not necessarily want to continue. So you can sort of make that out. And we have some sort of, even before proceeding, even in general, there's a kind of connection that we have with trees as far as the production of oxygen and carbon dioxide. We have some sort of, somehow the tree is a contributor to life. In many ways, whether it's the production of food or the production of shelter or wood that we often cut indiscriminately without thinking about planting other trees, or even their leaves. We use them in the preparation of our foods, aside the fact that some of the parts of the tree are foods themselves, So somehow we have such a physical and spiritual connection with trees. And when you think of the tree, think of that part of the face, sort of draw out that part of the tree, you think, where can the fruit be? Okay, and then you look closely, and then you see the fruits in the eyes. You sort of make out the fruits from the eyes. And when you think of a fruit, of course, fruits tend to have some kind of juice. They're not just flesh only. Some are, but some have some kind of taste, some kind of juice. And that is why we're able to tell one fruit from the other. So you think of the eyes as the fruit, and you think of tears as juice in the fruits. Sometimes they can be sweet, sometimes they can be sour. It depends, of what is it that going on in our minds, or, external factors that, it would be what is going on in our mind, perhaps as a result of external factors. So no wonder they say that the eyes are the windows to the soul, because the eyes don't lie. If, as far as I'm concerned, I know if someone is sort of lying to me and pretending not to be lying. I don't know. I just know. Because the eyes will never lie. The best place, you might say, some people know that you are assessing their eyes. They know. So sometimes they try to consciously or subconsciously eye their eyes. You just find the truth there, nevertheless, of what they do. I have some practical examples of myself in which, I've seen people pretend to be happy with perhaps a success or something. More recently, well, I'm not going to tell, but you can sort of see it in their eyes that they're lying. They're congratulating you just because they feel that they need to. But that is not the point of this video. The fruit, the juice. I just thought, well, it would be interesting to point that out. If the tree is healthy, the tree not just being the face now, but being the physical self and sort of the soul to everything that is in it, it sort of reflects in the fruit. Depending on, let's say it's a tree that is supposed to be producing the apple fruit, for example, and the tree has been there for as long as it needs to, and the fruits have been given the chance to grow for as long as they need to, but when you still pluck them, they taste sour. It has something to do with the physical, with the tree itself, and that applies to us too. Sometimes, the condition of our eyes, aside, even the crying or the tears, even our look, the way we look, it reflects in our eyes. If we're angry, if we're upset, if we're not breathing well, if just like the tree also breathes, But what I really want to point out is the mouth. When you think of that part of the face as the tree, then it has to have some kind of root. It has to have something, and that is the mouth. And the mouth is so important. So if the eyes are the window to the soul, the mouth is the door to the soul. Sometimes when a person says something, irrespective of, under normal circumstances now, all things being equal, not just that they're being forced to say something, or they'll be, how a person reacts to a situation verbally tends to give a lot away. They might say, oh, I don't mean it that way. What I'm trying to say, but the way that they say things, because they want to be politically correct at first, but the way the things that a person says sometimes, it shows even without speaking. Sometimes it just, whether a person is drawing their thumb to their cheek, or their, even the mouth says a lot. So if the eyes are the window to the soul, the mouth is the door to the soul. The mouth energy center, or the chakra, more commonly referred to as the throat chakra, since it is through that part, the neck part, that we produce sounds, plays an important role in the affirmations that we make about ourselves and about others in relation to what is manifested, which is our beliefs and our reality. So the things that we say, whether even in our culture, and it has affected us a lot. Some of the things that should not have been passed down as normal, that were verbally passed down and have affected us till now. And even forgetting about history, even in our individual lives, some things that we say about others or about ourselves, it plays a major role in how we feel. Okay, fine. You think about many people that grew up with verbally abusive parents. If perhaps their father had called them a loser or something, sometimes it's a bit harder to get over that than, if they were, physically spanked or something. It's harder to get over that than to get, it's harder to get over that than to get over being spanked, or things like that. And the things that we say to ourselves, oh, I'm beautiful, I'm cute. Whether you wake up in the morning, you look at the mirror, I'm special, I'm this and that. It plays a major role in the old self. Us being a tree now, being, with that thing that is, like I said, represented on the face, our physical self, from our feet to our head, or from our head to our feet, being a tree, it affects our whole being, what we say. So it is why we must be conscious of what we say about ourselves, the affirmations, the things that we pass down, the things that we say to our children, how we make people, react to things by the things that we say. Should be careful. It is, like I said, it's not exclusive to our individual lives. If a thing is said, it greatly affects what people ought to be true or true to some degree, to a great degree. Some of the things that have been said are what have spurred hatred and spurred the many vices, that our world is suffering from at this time. The mouth as the roof and the vocal cords as the earth play major roles in the shaping of our collective reality. Think of that vocal cords as the earth, the roof of the tree, connected to the earth firmly. And so we flex our reality through that. And another thing that was told to me was to pay attention to even sounds, things that are coming from the earth, because again, the root of the tree draws its resources from the earth. I hope this would make sense to at least someone, because if I was going to analyze this logically, I would not even make this video. It sounds, cheesy if you're thinking about it logically. The way we say words, if you are familiar with, words like when you're meditating, or yam or ham, things like that, it sounds funny, but those sounds, those vibrations, they're doing something. Okay. Let me use the word ashe. And ashe is what we say when we Yoruba people, when a prayer is offered, and it's sort of our amen, but it's a lot more powerful than amen. It's like you're commanding that thing, you're manifesting it. Ashe. I have a video on ashe, so I've gone into all the details. I don't want to do that again in this one, but look at the way your mouth, the position of your mouth when you say ashe. Shh, you're sort of, I don't know if it's you're drawing some kind of energy externally or drawing it internally from your inside or from your outside. Somehow you're drawing some kind of energy, what you want to command into being. You're drawing that. Perhaps you're opening your mouth to the energies of manifestation or something. Shh. Then you're establishing it, you're grounding it. You're opening your mouth again when you're saying the sort of pronouncing the last part of the word, and you're releasing that energy back. If you're saying you're drawing something in and you're establishing that into your physical body, which would in fact affect your spirit too. You're creating that vibration and it's extending to all parts of the body. Shh. Ashe. You're drawing some kind of energy, you're grounding that, and then you're releasing it back for it to be manifested. Ashe. And even in the English grammar, sometimes we think, our culture is the only one that has this, but when you look at certain words, you sort of see something. If you don't pay attention to it on a daily, to words and the energies that they contain, then you may never know. You may just say things and you may never know the effect that you're creating. Look at spelling. Look at spell. In spelling, I think I've said it in one of my previous videos. Spell. In spelling. That is significant. Spell. Why is it spell? Why is the word spell? You're casting a spell by the things you say. And how would you bring that? Bringing that to 21st century language. Casting. You're manifesting something. when you say something. I forgot to mention this earlier. I've been seeing like number synchronicities more frequently, but most recently I've been seeing 1134. So I looked up 11. Usually when I see those numbers, especially more than once or twice a day, I try to look them up. I looked it up, and I think, was it Daniel 1134 or something? It just came up in one of my feeds. I don't say, oh, why you, because some people are like that. Even if there's something true, they sort of try to block that by covering it with some kind of negativity. Why you bringing things from the Bible? And why you, if it was the Quran that I saw, whatever I saw from, I take knowledge wherever I find it, right? So I don't discriminate. Once it's wise, I take it. If it's stupid, I cast it off. It's not my business. The lamp of the body is the eye. Therefore, when your eye is good, your whole body also is full of light. But when your eye is bad, your body is full of darkness. Therefore, take heed that the light which is in you is not darkness. If then your whole body is full of light, having no dark part, the whole body will be full of light, as when the bright shining of a lamp gives you light. It sounds like what I want to draw out of this is what I was saying about the eye. Really being the window to the soul. The body is full of darkness. If the body is full of darkness, it will reflect in the eye. If it is full of light, it will show. Back to what I was saying about spelling, before I forget. I was watching this video, and I encourage you to watch it as well. I'm not going to give it off, because I really want people to watch it. But the things that she was saying in the video, it's sort of, if you never pay attention to it on a daily basis, you never know. But if you pay attention to it, you say, oh wow. Wow. Each word, each sound, each thing that we say, she was saying that Monday, the day of the week, Monday, is when people die the most. And Monday, you may not Monday, your morning, Monday, no wonder it tends to be like one of the unhappiest days in the week too. Monday, morning day of morning, your morning, awake. I don't want to talk about it. I encourage you to see the video. What was the point of this video? What was the point of everything that I said? Be mindful of the words that you use regarding yourself, regarding others. It's the root. It's the root of the self. So in whatever direction that you want the tree to go in, or whether you want the tree to fall, or whether you want the tree to keep on standing, the mouth plays a major role in that. If you want yourself to keep going, be mindful of the things that you say to yourself. It will determine whether you the tree. And it's amazing that this came to me right before the Amazon, forest burning, because somehow we have some kind of connection to that. I don't really want to talk on that, because I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say, except what can we do to stop that burning. But it's amazing that the theme of trees has been coming up, to me. Our mouth is the root of our being. If you tell someone they're beautiful and that it's okay, they can walk tall, it shows. If they really believe you, or well, if they at least try to believe you, it will show in everything that they do, in how they carry themselves, at least for the rest of that day. Cast good things, spell good things, cast good spells to people, to yourself, most importantly to yourself, and also just as importantly to people. So each time you look at a person's face, pay attention to what they are saying. Pay attention. That is the root of their self. It is not only the root of their face, it is the root It's like a metaphor for the root of yourself. So pay attention to it. By listening to that, you can judge a lot about that person. You can tell who they are. So thank you for sticking by, if you did. And I hope you learned at least something. And whatever spirit or force, or whether it was my past life self that somehow had a connection to trees and felt like they needed to say this, or whatever energy that sort of told me this, that my physical brain still cannot comprehend to be logical, but whatever told me this, thank you. And thank you for watching as well. If you have any questions, please ask. And thank you for your support. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day and goodbye.